Open your window. Hey guys.
Hi. It's Youth Voice Podcast here. Kendra here.
How you guys feeling? I'm Samaya. Of course, you already know.
Right.
It's Wednesday.
Woo.
I think today it feels good. It's Wednesday. It's kind of like the middle point where you feel like, okay, we almost till Friday, and then that cool Saturday. You don't want to think about Sunday, right?
Isn't it hump day also?
Exactly. So I feel like we should do a little mindful readiness for this podcast, and it's a breathing exercise. So Kendra's gonna do the countdown, guys. Okay, and I'm going to show you guys how to do it. So you're not going to hold your breath when we do this. You're going to breathe in for those 5 seconds, and then breathe out for the 5 seconds.
It should be in your nose and then out your mouth, right?
Exactly. All right. So ready? Go do the countdown.
Okay.
Ready?
Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do it again. Breathe in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Didn't that feel relaxing?
Wait, I'm gonna do it one more time.
One more time? Oh, okay. Okay. Breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay. That was better.
You feel better now?
Yeah, that was better.
Okay.
That was better. See, 3 times always a charm. I like that.
And before we get started, you already know we gotta thank Yard Youth as a resource. Woo!
Y'all, we got a lot of exciting things coming up for the summer, honestly. So stay tuned. Stay tuned, right?
Yeah, stay tuned. But isn't it also tiring a little bit?
I mean, yeah.
But that's the working life.
It gets like that. It gets like that, as you know. Not gonna lie. Kendra. So
today we have for y'all youth mental health is not a trend, it's a crisis. It deserves our full attention, empathy, and action. Y'all hear that?
Man, so as y'all see, our key challenges today, we always know, SICA, we focus on the youth and our mental health. Social emotional learning is our key focus. So we're breaking these stigmas constantly, and we have to identify them. And if we're not aware of them and other people aren't aware of them, we can't bash them. We have to teach them. You know what I mean? We can't, what is it called? We have to lend a hand to someone who doesn't have what we have, like someone who's in need.
Sometimes you gotta do kind acts.
Exactly. And then it says 1 in 5 youth experience a mental health disorder each year. That's crazy. And then trigger warning, sorry guys. It says suicide is the second leading cause of death among teens, which is just crazy.
Hold up, I'm still teen.
I just turned 19, y'all. I just turned 19. April 20th was my birthday, actually. And I had so much fun. Y'all, I went to Puerto Rico. I went to Puerto Rico actually with Kendra and a couple other friends. Y'all, we had so much fun down there. It was no parents down there.
One friend, this amazing, great skater, right?
That's not why it was fun. It was just fun because it was we had pressure.
And we could do it on our own.
And we was like, okay, we see how it is now, getting groceries and things like that. So,
but we were missing our parents. We definitely made sure to check in with them every day, which you should do.
Kendra was sending pictures every minute of the day. I swear, every minute of the day. She did not let us even go.
I had to let them know we're okay. Click.
We're every okay. Morning we had to get ready real quick, post to the parents. You know what I mean? One of those.
But literally, some key challenges facing today's youth are anxiety and depression, increased pressure to succeed. A lot of times with the anxiety and depression, because of the increased pressure that you get put on for grades or sometimes for athletics, it really be hard on
or
us.
Just basic responsibilities. Just I remember things I used to go to 2 schools. I used to go to Solars and Kenwoods, and having to go to 2 schools. And I used to be in cheer sometimes, or I used to train my little sister's cheer team, and then I would have to go home with all my siblings and have to deal with all my siblings. It would be a lot of pressure, and not only that, transitioning to college, I've noticed anxiety, like anxiety, and we talked about it on the last show. It really can be a pro and a con, and I've learned definitely how to deal with it and my coping mechanisms.
And with that, don't we also gotta like today? Wasn't today definitely something that we had to stress about because we literally had to go to the laundromat real quick, guys, and we had to hurry back to make sure that we had enough time to be on the podcast.
That was crazy.
Because we were told by several people, you know what, we could take over. Y'all
I guess
we
we're taking
last
over.
Time.
I guess we're taking over, y'all. But we got a little birdie told us Sean coming back, right?
Oh yeah, a little birdie did tell us Sean coming back next episode. Watch out for him.
I can't wait for that. I can't wait to see how y'all do.
Because what does Maya say? People are characters.
Oh my gosh, Kim! Like, bro, Kendra will not let you go with something. I swear to you. But negative self-talk and how it affects confidence in our decision making. What you think of that, Kendra? Do you feel like, if you want to answer this, are you a person that's prone to, like, if something don't go your way, you down yourself because of it, or like, what's your reaction to something?
Okay, like so sometimes you already know, like some people say, I might be a crash out. Anyway, might be. Sometimes like self-talk, like, dang, I really didn't do that great. I look so bad right now. Like my outfit look horrible. But then you gotta think about it. And that's why I have y'all, because y'all be like, what are you talking about? Y'all force me to really look like your fit is really nice. You're really dressed how you want. You're comfortable and you look good.
I feel that.
You gotta have your own people, right?
I feel that. That's why you gotta be in an environment that understands you and that aligns with you, right? Because even when you don't feel like yourself, they may notice that. They may try to help you as much as they can do that. So internal and external. Let's talk about it. It's a way of like how you talk about yourself or how you view things. And internally, you can cause yourself to have a lot of self-doubt. You can cause yourself to not understand rationally or logically what's going on. And externally, you'll be showing your peers, like, when you're making decisions, you're incapable to make them logically, if that makes sense. It's like almost irrational, where it's like you may make a quick impulse, or you may make a quick emotional decision. Like, instead of me just cleaning up the juice you accidentally spilled on me, I got mad and pushed you down the steps, and something like that, when I could have.
So you're a crash out.
Yeah, I mean, some people may crash out. Who knows? You know what I mean? I remember you on the last podcast kept talking about crashing out, but crashing out is never the answer, right?
Yeah, it's not, guys.
Exactly. So I think we should watch this video on how we should stop negative self-talk. Because some people, they need a reminder of self-affirmations and what that is. And we'll get into that after. So let's.
How often do you talk this way to yourself? I'm so dumb. I'm so useless. Or I am so ugly. Whatever you're going through, you're not alone. The way we talk to ourselves can either bring energy to our lives or tear us to pieces. It begins when we're young. Even though our parents love and care deeply about us, they're not perfect. And their own pain and trauma are often passed to us unintentionally. Our pain grows when the interaction with others hurts us deeply, which we internalize with negative self-talk. And breaking this cycle of harsh self-evaluation can go on for weeks, months, or even years. And the longer we criticize ourselves, the more we feel like we're falling into a deep, dark tunnel. But still, we remain strong. In order to break the negative self-talk, we take long walks. We meditate. We read self-help books to move forward in the dark tunnel. And with each step of self-care, we make progress on our way through the dark tunnel of the inner critic. Sometimes, even for the strongest of us, it can feel lonely to keep up with self-care routines. And when everything feels overwhelming, we begin to wonder, is there any hope for us after all? Or are we simply doomed to walk alone in this endless tunnel of negative self-talk? But
I feel like, man, what you feel like on that person? I feel like I've noticed some of those, like, not scenarios, because I know I said we're going to get into self-affirmation, but just 1 second. Like, y'all know negative self-talk, like, downing yourself can go so far to the point where it's like self-pity, where you, like, start to victimize yourself, where you want people to, like, seek sympathy for you. You know what I mean? It
Pick me.
like it kind of is. Some people do that. Not saying like that's everybody. It's just some people, when they're not able to control their emotions internally, they show it externally a different way. So it's just like you have to be able to, even in the moment of darkness, still give yourself those self-affirmations. And self-affirmation is the act of affirming one's own worth or value. Typically, like, positive statements like, yeah, I'm bad, or my hair color look nice, he iced me with the white chalk and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like my Jordans, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Building your confidence, and you're showing resilience to no matter what. Even if you didn't get that job interview, even if you didn't get the girlfriend you wanted, even if you didn't, get to go on a trip you wanted to go on, even if, when things don't go your way, you don't.
I think you've been hanging around Sean too much, because you definitely sound like him for a second.
If you say you miss Sean Kendra, just saying it. I think that's what you're saying, low key.
If he's watching this, I don't miss him. But if he's not, I do.
So you miss Sean! Kendra miss Sean! Sean, clip farm her right now. She just said she missed you, Sean. So I think it's time. He should just teleport here, right?
It's like, no, yeah. Imagine if he did, though.
Oh my god, I would be like, bro, we gotta cut the camera so he can't know we got powers. So exactly. So I hope y'all see that in the cut right there. Without good self-esteem, you're unable to calculate risk, learn, and grow. So if you don't even feel good about yourself, how can you trust yourself? How can you make rational decisions? So
but
Kendra,
also with this, though, aren't we also like? Did y'all know that? Because it's about chronic illness too, right?
Exactly.
As of 2017 through 2018, over 30% of children aged 5 to 17 in the U.S. were living with at least one chronic illness.
That's crazy.
And it's the fact that we are all, no matter what, close to it. Remember when you were 17?
Girl,
seems like a long way away, right?
What? Bro, Kendra. Bro.
You almost agreed.
Girl, no, I did not. I never just almost agreed to you. That's not even an inch. Like, you know what I mean?
But let's get into this slide.
That's crazy. I didn't know that Lil Wayne had a chronic illness.
Yes, it's kind of crazy. Celebrities open up about chronic illnesses.
He got epilepsy. Did you know that?
Listen, I feel like I was told something. That's why he has the whole glasses. But then Selena has lupus.
Lupus. You want to know something? I seen something about Selena, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've never seen, like, I never seen nothing bad about Selena. Like, I've never seen nothing, like, I don't know. Besides stuff with, like, Justin Bieber, that's the obvious stuff. But I ain't never seen nothing bad about Selena. Like, Selena.
Justin, though.
What you mean?
Like old Justin or new Justin?
I feel like it's some new things of occurring with them, but, like, I don't know. But I think Selena, she's very beautiful, and I feel like she got a cool fan base.
Ooh, especially,
like, you know what I mean?
The one song, I Love You Like a Love Song, Baby.
So you like her old songs. Okay.
Yes, but I love a lot of her old stuff, especially the Cinderella one.
I don't. You remember what was that show that guy was in? That's Shane.
Jonas
Big
Brothers.
Big Time Rush?
No,
it wasn't Big Time Rush.
It's Jonas Brothers. Oh my god, no!
Oh my god!
Did you just
do
Nick like that? He has type 1 diabetes though.
Kendra, how you gonna just like?
No, it's the fact that she says the wrong.
Like you.
No, bam.
You didn't even finish what you had to say to me before you like. I don't
guys
like what?
Tell her to lock in, because how do you think that's Big Time Rush?
Bro,
they don't correlate. He don't look alike.
Bro, I didn't. I really thought that was him. I swear to you, I really thought that was him. That's not my fault. That's really not my fault.
But security, come get her.
But you wanna know something? I never
Ooh.
even
Yeah.
see memories. She was in another show too. What was it called? Like it was like Teen Beach. No, not Teen Beach Wings. What was it, bro?
Gosh, she can't get her references right.
Oh my gosh,
She was
sucks.
in.
Oh my
another
god,
Cinderella
Kendra, you
story.
got me thinking I'm old and stuff. I can't remember my shows. I can't remember like. Alright, it's cool. Yo, Kayla, chill. Don't do me. I'm gonna tighten up because that's crazy. I know Jesse. I know Zuri. I know where they from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick
So
question, right?
what are we saying?
Quick question. Okay, do you know who the one with the racket is? Yeah.
Yes.
What's the name?
Her?
Mm-hmm.
I know her name.
Uh huh. Go ahead.
I know her name.
Uh huh.
One moment. Just wait a second. Wait a moment.
We're waiting.
Bro, I think I'm gonna get it. I know she married to. She has a husband, right? It's a white man, right?
Maybe.
Exactly. All right, I give up. What's her name?
Okay. I think that's how you say it. Selena Williams.
You gonna do all that and you say you think?
Hold up. It's with an S.
Okay, whatever, Ken. But let's read that little quote right there. Just because no one else can heal or do your inner work for you, that doesn't mean you can, should, or need to do it alone. That means lean on somebody like a Kendra or your invisible Sean who's not here. He's right here because his head is like this big. It's okay, Sean. It's okay, Kendra. Just rock. I'm back,
guys. He said I'm back.
Hey, I'm surprised he ain't been saying he's the GOAT, spamming a bunch of goats.
Like the podcast wasn't great without me. Oh, see why you bring it up? But the reason why we had the slide is because we want y'all to know something. We want y'all to know that no matter what, you can still have an illness and still be great, like Selena,
like Lil Wayne, like Serena Williams, and I got it right this time. Clock it.
Okay, she got that.
Like Shane just
Nick Jonas. Or Lily.
I'm not
Lady
never
Gaga.
get it. I'm not. I'll never not know Lady Gaga.
Oh, but Nick, you don't know.
I do. It was just like his name glitched sometimes. So
glitch to Big Time Rush.
So, are you guys familiar with coping mechanisms? If not, let me know. Are you familiar with that?
No, I don't think I am.
Okay, so like, think about a time, right?
Mm-hmm. I'm thinking.
You see how it says avoidant versus active. I'm speaking as if avoidant right now, right? Say if there was a time where you're in class,
yeah,
and you feel like
college or high school.
You in elementary school? No, you in middle school. I'm not gonna say that young. You're in middle school, right?
Mm-hmm. I look like a middle schooler, but okay.
Yeah, you do. You're in middle school, and it's just boy, he just keep kicking you behind your seat, and at this point, you're starting to feel like you're weak. You don't know what to do. When you try to get help, no one helps you, and things like that, right?
Crash out.
No. What you do is you cry, you walk away, you go in your locker, and you weep, and you stay there till school closed, and the next day, then he see you in the same clothes, and you kicking your seat again. And you don't do anything again, and you don't tell the teacher, you don't tell your parents. You just avoid the situation, and you let your emotions pile up, and you don't do anything about it. So now you're avoiding your emotions and your stressors. Didn't we talk about your stressors last time, Kendra? I'm confused. I thought we talked about that.
I guess we did. I gotta chill out.
Right. So how do you become active?
I become active by basically problem solving, or also you could decide to exercise.
Exercising? I thought you didn't like going to the gym, bro.
Why do you think I did this, guys?
Okay, I was ready to say you need to do a little harder, like a little.
Jay says skateboarding. I say we could skate.
Avoiding is a form of coping.
Uh-huh.
It is. But avoidance isn't
So not
always
standing on business, right?
avoidance isn't always the healthiest, but it can be a pro, right? You can be avoidant. You can become an active. It can become an active oh my god! It can become an active coping mechanism when you learn by reflecting off a situation that you realize causes you to have a stressor, right?
Mm.
So now you learned that stressor and you do the opposite of what it is that's causing that stressor. Now you've became a problem solver and now you've figured out another coping mechanism that's positive.
Because something that'd be coping like a coloring book. In general, though, if solving the problem is option, you should choose to solve rather than cope. So that means like really stand on what you say, basically.
Problem solving.
I'm gonna go head on. So sometimes, like when you're skating, roller skating, not skateboarding, because I can't do that. Roller skating, and you're skating, you gotta go full on with full speed towards that wall and hit it.
Exactly. And like, for instance, like we said, a coping mechanism is a strategy or technique used to manage stress or anxiety or negative emotions, right? So if I am a person that is very anxious before I go into a room or a crowd of people, I may have some type of fidget or something that I use to play with for my hands, you know what I mean? So that my focus is kind of on that, on what I'm holding in my hand, and rather how many people is in the room directly or who may be staring at me in my face. You know what I mean? Sometimes it goes that way. But what about you? Do you think you have a coping mechanism?
I would say really the skating. But Keith said sometimes you have to avoid negative energy at all costs so that it doesn't mess up your day or what you have going on.
I agree.
It also involves
Active coping mechanism.
like directly addressing and attempting to solve the stressors causing the stress.
Mm-hmm. And then, like we already said, avoidant is it involves trying to like escape the problem or the stressful situation instead of problem solving. So now that we understand,
So no crashing out, guys. No crashing out.
Sure. Okay. Effective way that we can build our mental health. So some of us probably think going to therapy or talking to a counselor is the only way that we can, you know what I mean, get a relief or feel like that's a solving our problems type of thing, right? I feel like tapping into things like meditation could really, really work. And that's something I really have been eager to do. Like being able to like mute the things around you, being able to minimize the sound, being able to like focus your brain. Like I feel like that's a different type of level.
I agree with Jay though. With listening to music is a great coping mechanism. And I love Juice WRLD.
Me too.
Sometimes it really do be like that, but then sometimes you gotta listen to like
y'all like Uzi. I like Uzi.
Calm stuff, guys.
I like Aaliyah too. I like Aaliyah.
Okay.
I like Nicki Minaj. I like
Nicki. Sometimes when you really want to get into your feelings though, Billie Eilish.
Billie Eilish. Okay. But you said Irish. But okay. All right, here you go. But create a routine. Kendra, I feel like you are a very structured person. So what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so for create the routine, I can be structured all I want, but I am sometimes that person like I get structured and then I get lazy throughout the day. Like make sure to put it in my calendar. Make sure it's in my work calendar and it's in my personal calendar. Because if it's not in my personal calendar and I don't work that day, I'm gonna forget all about it. Make sure that you also remind people and you remind them 2 days before, a day before, that day, and a few hours before. Because if you don't, like me, I'll get lazy, get complacent. I think that's called.
Yeah, like I think like where you're stuck in a place. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you're really watching that movie that you love, I'm not gonna get up. I swear, I lie to you.
You're gonna keep rewatching it, even if you know the ending. Okay.
And then I won't get up and like You see, I put off my laundry.
You need to stop doing that to me. But staying connected with your friends and family, I feel like when they say you can't always be huddled up in the room, you can't always be hiding, it's very true. Like, even if that's stepping outside and going to the grocery store, even if that's picking up your little sister and them from the bus stop, like getting that fresh air, just that sunlight, it does a lot. Like,
Do you
honestly.
need to have a balanced meal, Jay? I see the good hygiene, but the meal part, that's
Yes,
what gets
Kendra,
me.
you do.
But okay, what if you don't get a balanced meal? What can you do then? Because I don't like breakfast.
Drink a lot of water, Kendra. No soda. No Pepsi then. See? She basically telling us she don't eat healthy and she don't want to drink healthy. Is that what you're telling us?
I do want to.
Because I thought we preach health right here, Kendra.
We do.
And you're a role model, so you definitely
You
have a balanced meal. You eat breakfast. You eat dinner. That sounds pretty good to
I'm
me.
gonna eat dinner today, cause Maya's here.
There she go, bro.
Speaking of music, I like songs that have positive lyrics that you can use as affirmation to make you feel good. That's great. While you listen to the music, can you skate also?
I feel like Apple Music really do me justice, because when I be reading them lyrics, I be feeling like they be talking to me. That's spot on. Oh my god.
Oh, like the Cash Commandments. I feel like they really be talking to me.
For who? Cash Doll?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. That's a W song. I'm not gonna lie. It is a W song. And then,
if y'all don't know it, listen, because it really be like, it's not bad, but it be really, I'm telling you, sometimes what your priority should be.
another thing I've heard of a good way for affirmations and to build a better mental health is like going in the mirror and talking to yourself and looking at yourself and observing yourself. You know what I mean? I feel like when you move with intentions, right? And you say, okay, you want to build a better hygiene, you want to start meditating more, and you start peeping the things that is causing you to say these things. Okay, like, I'm not eating as healthy as I should, or I'm not using my skincare products as often as I should, or I'm not washing my hair as often as I should. Like Kendra said, how about I set some alarms to get up, start a routine, some reminders, use those conditioner products 2 times a week or so for your hair so it can start growing, you know what I mean? Because sometimes you may forget. So, and setting boundaries, protecting your peace will help you stay on 10 toes about these things, like prioritizing yourself. So if you protect your peace, you won't be distracted. You won't be, you know what I mean, bothered by things that don't align with it.
Demar said, I like songs that make references to writers' personal life or the real world events. Otherwise, I'm more so into instrumental, as I don't like celebrities. I understand that. Like, I understand that a lot. I'm sometimes like that too. Like, I won't really care for the celebrity. I can tell you, I'll listen to the song and I don't know at all who the celebrity is.
Sometimes it be like that. Like, I lost contact with music too. Like, I stopped listening to music for a little while, and it became like I started liking like beats, or like I started falling asleep to raindrops and things like that, thunderstorms and things like that.
I'm sorry,
like,
I can't go and do rainstorms. I gotta pee. But here's your mirror.
Oh,
don't you want to say, I love myself? No, we're supposed to be on a podcast.
Oh my god, I love myself.
That's how you gotta be confident.
That's how you're supposed to be, like, period. And if you a boy, you're supposed to be like, show your muscle, Kendra.
Muscle, she said.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, I'm dead.
We need Sean here for that.
We do. Sean would have, like,
yeah. What y'all talking about?
It wouldn't have had any been no effort. He just would have do it.
We already know. But we also have a Sleeto to what are some of your positive. What are some of your positive self statements you say to yourself? Please actually click into Sleeto so we can see some of them. What are yours?
My self statements that I say to myself is
positive ones.
Yes, positive. You'll be great. You are beautiful. You are love. Sometimes I say like give myself and other people grace.
Okay.
Like I feel like if you try to be more understanding and view things from another perspective, things might go a little bit more easier. How about you?
For me, my positive ones are. By the way, guys, the Slido code is 3416469. Just in case y'all don't see it. My positive ones are, I am enough. I literally have a blank bracelet that says that, and it says, 143, because 143 in the language of numbers is I love you. I love myself. Make sure to do a positive affirmation.
How do you know these things, bro? That's what I'm talking about. Like you just be nonstop, and I'd be like, how?
I love watching movies. I love watching movies. I also have this app that y'all should try. I am, even though I should not be paying for subscriptions, and if my people found out that I'm paying for something, I would get moved.
Kendra, you want to know something that I'm proud of today?
What?
Self affirmations. I'd be proud of, like, I kept my nail sets on, right? I went, y'all, guess where I went? To Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
And I kept my nails on and they're growing out. And usually I break them off. Usually I'd be like, you know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, you're not just throwing your money away. You're able to keep your sets on.
Speaking of nails?
Things like that. Yeah. Can't you show your?
Okay. Listen, my nail tech down at Towson University.
And sometimes, y'all, you have to make yourself feel good. And that don't mean you need all the nails or all the makeup and things like that. That means getting up, brushing your teeth, washing your face, and eating breakfast, and then doing something a little bit productive, like go sit on the porch. You know what I mean? Go sit on the porch. Go outside, sit on the porch.
Y'all should a book with Dana's a nail shop. It's on Instagram.
Oh my god.
Oh, listen, I told her I would hype her up because guys, this is a little jellyfish. This is like it's giving very much Thanos with that. And then each of this it took a while, but she did her own individual one because I let her freestyle. But some of the answers we got in right now. Look.
I got this. I have to speak power into myself to feel powerful. Okay, I like that.
I love myself. You got this. I am beautiful. You matter.
Believing you will achieve. That's a great one.
You make great things.
And I am beautiful, period.
And beauty is power. You heard that? Because what's the most dangerous weapon? Your beauty or
pretty privilege, y'all. They say pretty privilege is real. And I agree.
You think Puerto Rico.
I agree, y'all.
Puerto Rico, that's the example.
Puerto Rico was fun. Puerto Rico was very fun. And pretty privilege do exist, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Tips and tricks, though. Let's get into
tips. When's the last time you read? And the last book.
I feel like the last serious deep book that I read and it counted towards something was my psychology book or a medical assistant book.
Oh.
Yeah. How about you?
Mine would be Icebreaker. If y'all know that, I'm sorry. If you don't, it's just an ice skating book.
Is the ice skating book?
Mm-hmm.
That's the last book you read?
Mm-hmm.
You went ice skating after that?
Mm-hmm. Just don't. Depending on your age, don't read it. If you're young, don't read that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, can you do the last exercise? Because I know you told us you don't like going to the gym, so I'm trying to figure out, do you really be getting down or what?
Actually, my last exercise, I was about to say before the trip, but my last exercise was in the beginning/middle of April, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Naya and one of our other friends had to hurry up and go to the gas station to break some bills. So me and my friend Jaden are running up the steps and down, picking up the bags. That counts as exercise, guys. There was a lot of bags.
Y'all, it was 4 bags, and they was big. I'm not gonna lie, they was.
Yes, like it was challenging, guys. Ooh. Never again.
Yes, real. Normalize appreciating you, giving yourself grace, loving you, all of those things.
Because what are you? You are important. You, oh, from the Help movie, you are important. You are pretty. You are kind. Yeah.
All right, Kendra.
Y'all should watch that.
Okay. All right, y'all. That was a good movie suggestion from Kendra Pugh. Make sure y'all go.
Oh.
I'm sorry, y'all. She didn't. That was crazy.
I
But
didn't
Kendra,
approve that.
so how? Let's give some of our peers that's watching some advice. So how can a young person or anyone cope with emotional stress, or emotional stress in general, or living with a chronic illness?
You want me to do what adults think or what we think?
I think adults.
Okay, so let's do it from adults first. I've been told, what do you have to be stressed about? Why would you feel stressed? All you do is go to school, relax, go to sleep, have fun with your friends.
And how you be dealing with like when those things come, come and contribute to what is already on top of you and adding pressure. How do you cope with it? Like what would you say that you do?
For me, I cope with it by hanging out with my friends.
Aren't you into like poetry?
Yes, I am.
Exactly. Okay, so
poetry, hanging out with my man.
But is that a resort of like when you need like a release?
Oh, when I need a release, it's mainly the poetry, or I'll just talk to like someone, because you can't hold it in all the time, guys. If you hold it in, it really mess with you and hurts you.
Yeah, it's like you can't suppress your feelings because it ain't gonna go nowhere. If you're not reflecting off of it and you're not accepting whatever has happened, you're not progressing yet.
Jay said it's stressful out here being a youngin.
Sometimes it do be like that, bro. It really is. Cause like you know how they say you're supposed to learn it from home, like you know what I mean. Your home is supposed to give you everything you need, and sometimes
a lot of people don't believe in actual mental health.
But and unfortunately, not everybody is not giving access to mental health and understanding what social emotional learning is. So,
but like you said,
that's why we have to teach our peers. You know what I mean? Like I spoke on it earlier. We can't bash someone. You said it too. We can't bash someone if they don't know. We kind of have to lend a hand and teach them. And sometimes you don't have to be teaching them. It can just be a advice, or it could just be a quick tip. You know what I mean? Like,
or technically sometimes you do it and then they'll learn from that, because I know me, sometimes I'm a visual learner. I can't really learn you just telling me, oh, do this and that and that. No.
I take a mental health day then. And that's okay. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it really do. I feel like mental health should be normalized. Like that low key sound crazy, but mental health definitely should be normalized. Like mental health, and I feel like things for females, like when we get our cycles for work and school, we need those mental health days. You know what I mean? We should get that little you know what I mean? That little,
I was forced to run for when I was on mine.
Jeez.
I was told to run, and then the person behind me is pushing me like, come on, you gotta do this lap.
Kendra, I can't even.
But let me finish answering your question on how can my young people cope with the emotional stress of living with a chronic illness. Basically, speaking to a counselor, trusted adult, or peer like support, like your friends, family. Sometimes your classmates that aren't like really, not the like ones that will just joke about it. Someone that you know that would be great to talk to. You don't have to be fully friends, but like just get it off your chest. Don't let it weigh on you, because a lot of times that's how trauma is created.
Exactly. I feel like, Kendra, you hit that spot on. And I feel like trauma is another thing that is normalized. It's crazy how mental health is not normalized, but trauma is normalized, and trauma is a part of mental health. Like that's crazy. isn't it?
It really is, because how is trauma, like, you can feel trauma, but when it comes to mental health, oh, that's not real or anything. But what are some common mental health challenges you face when managing a chronic illness?
Mm. From some of the things I've watched and the things I've researched from some of the peers that have had chronic illnesses, they worry about, you know what I mean, things like going to school and what their peers may think of them. And, you know, we talked about self-esteem and like, you know, those self-affirmations. I've watched, you know, a couple of TikTok videos of like people's transformation of building their confidence and like understanding what it is that they have, and you know what I mean, touching in tune with it, accepting it, and then embracing it. Because I always tell people, no matter what it is, like what you go through don't make you who you are. It just is a part of how you are, you know, like how you find yourself. Like it's just a part of how you find yourself, like if that makes sense. So
How you shape yourself.
yeah, like it's not who you are, it's just how you got to become who you are.
So you're like a clay, basically.
Period. Like, you know how Jello is, you gotta, you know, mix it with the powder and water, let it sit for a little while till it get to that.
Until it forms.
Exactly. You gotta trust the process. Like, you know, when your lace not always laying down,
but Naya, that means you gotta be patient.
You don't think I'm patient?
It depends. It depends.
I really do think it depends, bro.
For that pudding?
It do depend. It
Or
depends.
Jello.
Okay. But how do you feel like today's going so far? Like
today, I'll give it like a little cool 7.5. If I had more garlic bread, it would be like a cool 9.
Garlic bread?
Uh-huh.
Why do you like garlic bread? What about it?
Listen, garlic, period, is great. Because with garlic, it really just soothes the taste and everything. But it also tells people to back off and leave me alone.
You want to know something? Someone told me recently that onions are bad for dogs. Like it's lethal to dogs. Did you know that, bro?
No, but how did onions and
I did not
garlic?
know that.
Oh, it just went and thought.
I did not know that whatsoever.
Okay.
But I think that's okay, yep. Let's look at Demi Lovato. You remember Demi Lovato? And yep, what is that movie? Team Camp Rock. Camp Rock.
It's called Camp Rock. Not
Camp Rock. Okay, yep, I knew it. I'm like Demi Lovato, Camp Rock. Nobody
Guys,
can
it's
tell
not
me.
called Team Camp Rock.
It's called Camp Rock.
Yeah.
It's called Camp Rock though. It's called Camp Rock, and I knew I wasn't tripping, but
I'm not sure, guys.
But you want to read her quote, Kendra?
Yes, I do.
I feel like Demi Lovato is a great person, like to look up her experience and her transformation. She's a great person out of everybody. I feel like, you know what I mean?
Not being biased.
That's not.
But a lot of these quotes are so y'all can be empowered. So y'all know that y'all not alone. A lot of these great people made mistakes, but they're still became these great people like scientists, artists, and we know a lot of people want to be artists nowadays. Computer scientists, micro
digital gamers that build games and websites and things like that. Like it's a bunch of different things out here that I feel like if people become a little bit open-minded, they could touch into.
And that's why we have a quote from Demi Lovato. Confidence comes from believing in yourself, not from being perfect. Because nobody's perfect. Exactly. Even if you say you are, you're not perfect. There's cracks somewhere.
Nobody's ever perfect at all. And we be getting some YouTube comments. Keep vampires away from Kendra.
Whoa, what do you mean keep vampires away from me?
What? When did Kendra mention vampires? Kendra, you mentioned vampires?
No, I don't think I mentioned anything about Twilight or Vampire Diaries. Oh, garlic. Listen, garlic is my favorite. If vampires die, they die. If they don't, oh well.
But honestly, I think that's the the wrap of this podcast show of mental health. And y'all know, if we didn't already tell y'all, it's mental health. May is Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes. Like,
period, and clock that. And me and
we're about
Kendra
to go
look very
relax,
adorable.
and we do look adorable. Whoever made the slide should like really get an award. Don't you think so?
This guy over here, man. Look at her go, guys. Man, I wonder who did that, man. She's so cool. It's like
we also want to tell y'all about the mental health kickback, and that should be May 14th.
May 15th.
15th. My bad, guys.
May 15th. Actually.
Y'all should definitely sign up for the mental health kickback. Definitely be there.
And make
Not
sure
for
to
the
be
food though, mainly for the food.
There you go. Always speaking of food. That's how you know she big bagged, y'all. She don't deny it. I'm telling you, Kendra never denies being a big bag person.
And like always, you already know. Thank y'all for the love and support. Everyone tune back on to Youth Voice Podcast. Wellness Connect.
The socials. Make sure y'all connect on them socials, because that's where you'll see our updates.
On May 28th for our next episode, Sean will be there. And we will be in person at the Gallery for Nothing.
And thank you guys. We had so much fun.